Hey, check this out!
Слишком сильно дует.
Ой, невозможно.
Did you like this trick? Let me know what you think about it in the comments below, and if you can repeat it, send me a video. Alright, welcome back. In this video we are going to talk about the syntax of the Greek article. This lesson is gonna help you to translate your Greek better. Let's begin. Usually articles modify other words like nouns, adjectives and others. It is written before the word it modifies, like in this example, ho adelphos, the brother. Unlike English, in Greek articles can be written without any words to modify. In this situation, the article serves in various functions. One of those functions is that it could be translated as a personal pronoun. And this is what we are studying in this lesson. Please understand, the article does not become the personal pronoun. Usually it represents this word which is omitted. However, when we translate it into English, it's better and the easiest way to translate it as a personal pronoun. Let us take a look how to identify this construction in the Greek text and how to translate it. We have 4 simple rules, which are so simple that you will not even notice them when you go into the examples. So the rule number 1. The Greek article may serve as a third-person personal pronoun. So what it means that it can only be translated as he or she or the plural they. That's it. This is how you're gonna translate it. Third-person personal pronoun. Rule number 2. The article is always in the nominative case. Very important. So what you're gonna see in the text, it will be either the masculine ho for the singular and it will connect to he. It could be feminine singular, so we translate it as she, or you're gonna see masculine plural and we will translate them as they. Theoretically, the feminine plural hai will also work. However, I don't think you're gonna see this in the biblical text, so this is what you're gonna focus on, these 3 articles. So rule number 3, it is only used in man deconstruction or just deconstruction. If you're not familiar with man deconstruction, check the description box below. I have a link to a video which explains this construction, what it means, how to translate it. And if the link is not there yet, it's coming very, very soon. More often, you're gonna see these articles written before just before the. So this one is rare, this one is more often. So the most important rule number 4, usually ho de, like this is the article, this is the de, is followed by the finite verb. So this is what we need to focus on. This construction, article, like one of these articles, then we have the de written, and then it's followed by the verb. And this is very important. So article, de, and verb, because sometimes we can see, for example, ho de angelos, right? So ho de angelos, so this is noun, and for Greeks it's not a big deal to insert the this particle de in between the article and the noun, and we usually translate it as but the angel. This is a common thing, but if this word is not a noun but a verb, this is what we are talking about. So this is the key for understanding this construction: article, de, and then the verb. Now let's jump into the examples and see how this all works. It's not very difficult. Let's take a look. And our first example comes to us from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 20, verse 21. This is the story of the mother of the sons of Zebedee. She came to Jesus to ask if her sons could sit on his right and on his left. And so this is what we find in the verse 21. Let's read it. Ho de eipen aute ti teles. So this is our construction. We can see it. So this is our article written before the word de, and here we have a verb apen. This is the second aorist, which we translate as said. All right, so this is second aorist. Now let's work with the rest of the sentence. Aute, to her. We can see this iota subscript, so this is dative. So said to her. Now we see the capital letter, which means that this is a direct speech. We have the words of saying, and then we have a capital letter, so it confirms it that this is the direct speech. And then we have the word telis, from telo, I want. We have the semicolon, which means that this is a question mark. So this sentence is a question. We translate it as what you want, but because it's a question, we need to make it a question in English. What do you want? So this is what the direct speech says. So now let's work with our construction. And this is Jesus. It speaks about Jesus. So literally we can translate it, but the Jesus, this article represents Jesus. So we can translate this as but the Jesus said to her, what do you want? However, in English, it's just simpler and better to translate this as he. So we translate it as he because it's masculine, it's singular, it represents he. But he said to her, what do you want? This is the story of feeding of 5,000, and we see our construction appears twice in this story. So let's take a look. Hode legusin auto. Here we have our article. It is plural masculine, nominative case. We have them, and then we have a verb legusin, third person plural, meaning they say or they are saying. Here, from the context of this story, this masculine plural article represents the disciples, and we literally could translate this, but the disciples are saying to him. However, in English it's better to translate it as they. So but they are saying to him. Uk is a negative particle, which means no, not, or don't before the verbs. This is the verb. We don't have. Hode. Here. Eime is another construction. I have a video on that. You can check it out. It means except pente, 5 breads and 2 fishes. So the disciples are saying to him, but they are saying to him, we do not have here any food except 5 breads and 2 fishes. Hode apen, again, we have a masculine singular nominative article, stands on its own. This is the particle there. This is our verb apen, said, but he said. This is he, and it means Jesus. But Jesus said, or but he said. Ferete, bring, this is the imperative, bring to me. Hode, here, the same word, here. Autus, them. Them represents the breads and the fishes. So, but he said, bring them here to me. We can see that this construction again appears in the beginning of sentences, and also it appears a lot in the narratives. This is why we are going to see a lot of these constructions in the Gospels. So now let's jump to our final example. And our final example is again from the Gospel of Matthew, and again this is a dialogue between Jesus and the heathen woman who came to beg about salvation and healing of her child. Our construction appears 4 times in this example, and it's a little bit more complex because it involves some participles. Right here, we're not gonna go deep into the participles. This is a big topic. However, the construction still works because participles are the verbal adjectives. So let's begin, and we see here ho, de, and then this is our verb, and this is our verbal participle. We can translate it answered and said. And here ho represents Jesus. This is the masculine article, nominative and singular, so it represents Jesus, and we translate it as he. But he answered and said, I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Verse 25, we see the feminine definite article, which represents the woman, and we translate it as she. But she came and worshipped him, saying, Lord, help me. So again, even though we insert the participle here, what's important for us that this definite article does not have a noun to modify. Like in all of this, there is no noun to modify. It actually modifies this participle, and we translate it as but she came and worshipped him, saying. And verse 26, it's jumping back to masculine definite articles. So this is Jesus again. We translate it as he. But he answered and said, the verb to be, third person singular, it is not good, colon good, labein, infinitive ending. It is not good to take the bread of the children, and balein, again infinitive, and to throw to the dogs. All right, so this is our construction. And finally, verse 27, again we switch to the feminine definite article, and which represents a woman, and it means she. But she said, yes, Lord, but even dogs eat crumbs fallen from the table of their masters. So again, you see this construction appears in the beginning of the sentences. It appears in the dialogue, so we see it a lot in the Gospels. It's very simple to identify ho, de, he, de, the article and the de, and then the verb. Here it's more complex, but still the same idea. So I hope this video is helpful and you will be able to recognize this construction and easily translate it in your future studies of the New Testament. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to this channel to receive more videos like this. And if you really want to learn Biblical Greek, please consider to enroll into my video course of Biblical Greek Grammar. And finally, learn Greek, love God, all the best.